Just like I said earlier, Tinubu never win election and APC will never win election in Nigeria in any day. Nobody will vote. They will never get a voting majority in Nigeria because the government have been bad since last 8 years.
Good day and welcome to another edition of the Lowdown. It's a continuation of our conversation about the Nigerian election, which is under contention as we speak. The Labour Party and the PDP have gone to court challenging the results of the recently held election, which was won by Bola Tinubu of the APC party. They have broken the 8th in Nigeria, which means that they continue for another 4 years and would mean that there will be 12 years in power. What is it going to look like for Nigeria? Many are concerned about the age of Tinubu at 70. Many say he does not have the physical capacity to confront and address the challenges that confront Nigeria. Is that true or not? My name is Daniel Oduro. And as you already know, I'm here with Otumba, who is with the APC party. Babatunde Adiola is with mynigeria.com, and Chukwuemeka is an obedient. Gentlemen, a lot to discuss, so part 2 of our conversation. Let me start with you, Otumba. What do you make of those who say Tinubu does not have the physical strength to address the challenges? Yes, he may have done a lot in his much younger years, but now the challenges that confront Nigeria need a younger, fresher brain to address it, because they are very daunting, they are very enormous and big and need a lot of energy to address. What do you say to such people?
I give glory to God that they said he has achieved so much at his younger age as a governor in his 40s. But whatever they are saying about him now, I want all those people saying that to come out and campaign for 3 months before primaries. This is a man that campaigned for 3 months before primaries. He went to all the 36 states. And he campaigned for 7 months before the general election. That is about 10 months in a row. I want to know how many youth can do that. I can't do it. I will break down. I know what it takes to campaign. I know what I've gone through in few days that we are having this election, and I knows what I can't do what he has done. And what are we talking about? Governance? Is he going there for a relay? It's not an athlete.
Okay.
We are not going to do that. What we are going to do is your brain.
His brain what?
This man has history of having the best team that has ever achieved politically and individually. So these are areas we should look at. What is life? What is economy of a country? How does it work? Economy of a country can never work if you don't know a way to generate revenue. Mm-hmm. This man was as a governor of Lagos State, he made 600 million per month. He turned it to 5.9 million per month, 5.9 billion per month. That's about 900%. Chief is there. If he's doing business with 200%, he's a billionaire overnight. So we need to look at who has what's the capacity. That's the capacity of the economy we want to talk about. We should not be talking about the strength. The strength he needs is to work from his private home to the office. He should be able to communicate with people. People should be able to put paper in front of him and be able to correct them. Mm-hmm. When we went to Chatham House in London, he was able to correct people that, look, you are talking about high tech. I asked you to answer a question about high tech, but you never talks about somebody that is stealing and the person that is buying. Both of them, they have committed the same crime. So this is a man, when he's communicating to you, who tells you that you knows that he knows what he's doing. Yes, he might be hot, he might be hate. We've had a younger president in that country, President Goodluck Jonathan. We know what hindered him. We know what he couldn't do. So when you are talking about leadership, you need to talk about, can he assemble a good team?
Yeah.
Does he have the history of generating money? He's the only person that have that. You can't, your economy cannot work. You can't be prosperous as a nation if you don't have access to generate money.
But what's the point if you generate money and a few people are enjoying it? Because I think one of the biggest problems in Nigeria, in Africa, is job creation for the youth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've said, that you've agreed that he has the capacity, and everybody here knows that he has the history of assembling good people.
Okay.
So if you generate money, the team you have assembled, they are the ones going to use the money, and that will create enough job for people. That will create enough revenue for the country. It will create job for people, and we'll be able to. He has said that he's going into mechanized farming, which is what we have missed in many years. In the 70s and 80s, early 80s, in the 70s and the early 80s, our naira was more bigger than dollar. 80 kobo was 1 naira. People are spending naira in New York stores, in UK store. What were we doing then? We were only doing farming, cocoa in the southwest, palm oil in the southeast, pyramid granite in the northern Nigeria. And we are producing a little car, the 504, the 505 we drive in Nigeria, we assemble them in Nigeria. We are not doing it. Even then, we are not having enough oil. We are not having enough oil then. But look at today. He has said, I'm going to develop, I'm ready to compete with Russia. If they are going to fight me, I'm ready to fight them. This is a man, he wants to compete with them with the gas. He's coming to develop the gas. And he has told the student that, look, hold me responsible. Your 4 years course will be your 4 years course. No more strike. These are what people should hold him responsible, that you have said this. Okay. If it happens, we have to hold you responsible. And he's saying that when you look at mechanized farming, these are the areas that can consume millions of youths. And Nigeria as well will be making money. We have just Borno and Niger is enough for us to make over $120 billion yearly in farming. What Netherlands are doing, they are making 115 billion euro. It's the landscape they are using. It's not up to what we have in Borno and in Niger. And this is what this man has said. He said, look at me, I'm coming to renew the hope of Nigeria. And when he became the governor in Lagos State, he was the first person that brought Heron Energy, that he wants Lagos to be independent, to have their own independent electricity. He was in opposition then. Former President Obasanjo frustrated him, and he couldn't allow that to work. These are idea of 20-something years ago. And this man is coming, just give me a little time. Allow us to work. And that is the reason why he has sent a hand of fellowship to Obi and Atiku. Let's build the nation. Election has gone. Together. The next thing is governance. And they said they are going to court. Fine. So my advice to him is to focus on governance. We elected him to give the dividends to the people, not to be begging the losers. They have lost. They have not. Election, to win an election is about strategy and structure. And they fail about their strategy and structure. You think
Tinubu is serious when he says that he wants to build this with Obi and Atiku? You think it is not just ceremonial, that, okay, the elections are over, let all the chaos and all the competing end? Do you think if they accepted, he would give them any position in his government?
All of them, he has campaigned, during this campaign, he has said he was going to do a conclusive governance. He's not going to do it a win or take it all.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing now. Even if they want to prevent maybe chaos shouldn't happen, it's a welcome development. Okay. It's all about peace. People can fight and they can as well settle. It shouldn't be an issue of do or die. All what we want is a working country. Okay. And the people, if you look at the vote of the second and third people, is more than the vote of the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yeah. So Tinubu at 37%.
So that will tell us that people are not happy with the government. We have not gotten some things right. And that's the reason why he's saying, look, we understood, and we are going to correct those things. Yes, we might have succeeded in some area, and we have not been able to do something in some other area, and we are going to do it. And this is the reason why I said, look, if you have what we want is competency. It's not about the party. And we also will not allow that, because, if we couldn't do what we're supposed to do the next 4 years, it won't be funny. Yeah. So we have to support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If they don't want to come back in 2027, they can mess up. But if they want to retain the power, they should do the needful. And that is what we have done now. We have won the election. We have won the election based on the problems in PDP. The splits. They were together in 2019. Obi was vice president. Atiku was president. Kwankwaso was leader of PDP in Northwest. But we won the election with 3.9 million with 3 of them together. So how do you expect when all of them split, how did they expect them to win the election? I think there are some reasonable analysis that we should be able to understand when people are claiming that they've won. Obi said he has won.
I'm sure Atiku says he has also won.
So if 2 people are saying they've won, one of them must be lying or both of them are lying. So these are things that we should not. Have you ever seen anywhere in Africa that when people lost election, they don't put allegation that no, they've rigged me out. That's always the music, and this is what we should stay away from, so that the Western world will not be a laughing stock to the Western world. If you have lost, try to. And one thing, we're in this country 1 year in 2016. A particular party came out and said, no, we have won. INEC has not announced that. Immediately the voting goes out. And they came out, they said they've won. And they said, how did you win? They said in our citation room, our collation room. And the result they announced was the same result the Ghana EC they released. So we have gone beyond people should be saying I've won. No. I'm expecting that if you have won, tell us what the INEC released and what you had in your collation room. The PDP has their own collation room. We have our own collation room. And the PDP had their own collation room. So if you said what INEC has given you that they've rigged you out, tell us what you had. I had a video here where our collation room, they were sending me the picture where they are still shaking. And immediately they got the number. They started jubilating. I have the video on my phone. So we need to be civil and responsible when we are making claim. When you said, okay, they've given you this and this is not what you got, you should be able to come and say, look, they have given me 6 million, we got 9 million. And when you said you have 9 million, in somebody like Peter Obi, you have 9 million, you can't say that you won the election. Because our constitution stated you need to have 25% in 24 states. You didn't have 24 states. So there will be a runoff. Yeah. Even if you had more numbers, there will be a runoff, which you don't have, and you cannot present what you have. We are not telling you to present document areas they've rigged you, but tell us the number you had in your own collection. These are where people should be responsible and to be able to not to put Nigeria or to just be accusing the INEC that INEC has rigged and they have not done what they're supposed to do. I think we have a country and there will be a country after this election. Okay. So if in 2027, one of them wins the election, and people are now telling them that they've stolen the mandate for them, would they be happy? I think these are things that we need to avoid, and we'll be able to do that it will be able to strengthen our democracy. Yes, they have done pretty well, but I've been in this studio several times with Tunde, and I'm telling him, no, there's no how Peter Obi will win this. He can never win. Okay. And I've said it categorically several times. I've analyzed it to people several times. We have spoken on phone several times, and I've told him that 1, 2, 3, 4, these are places you can never. I don't say that he won't win. I said he can never win this 2023 election. That's the fact. Okay. So when you are talking about politics, it's about number. It's about strategy. There is a law. In this country, you have a law that you need to be 50 plus 1. Yeah. Our own is 24 states with 25%. And with the majority. And that's exactly where I have seen that we have done it. I didn't mean they were all together. I wouldn't have made statement that, okay, Atiku Abubakar will not win. Okay. But since they've splitted, I know that no. These are the reason why we are attacking. I see
the method and the analysis that you made. Baba, what are Nigerians saying on social media, especially? The elections are over. What are the critical things that Nigerians want to see Tinubu do? Usually we will say the first 100 days are important. What do you want to do in the first 100 days, in the first few, maybe the first year, the second year? What are the expectations?
Well, I seriously do not know if Nigerians are expectant of this particular government, seeing that their acceptance is at an all-time low. You know, I mean, this is probably the first time that I've ever seen a president elected into office, and nobody's excited about it. You know, the buzz on social media.
The people who voted for him will be excited, no?
Well,
how can you say that you didn't see? How many places have you belong?
The buzz on the ground is low. You know, I mean, after he was declared, we saw Sokoto. There was chaos in Sokoto. We all know how Lagos was. We also know how Abuja was. And social media has been a grave site, because everybody is saying Peter Obi is my president. Peter Obi is my president. Peter Obi is my president. But again, back to what the deliverables Nigerians we did from this particular president is the fact that Nigeria needs constant electricity. Well, that's number one. The security challenges will have to be solved in Nigeria. Our educational system will have to be, will have to be fixed. The enabling environment for traders and businessmen like like Chukwuemeka to more or less succeed in their business enterprise. And you know how young Nigerians think; they are more enterprising.
Yeah.
You know, so they will need that environment to succeed. I mean, even in this very, very, very toxic system, we've still seen how Nigerians have been innovative and creative. We have content creators who are making waves. In the entertainment space, they're also making waves. In sports, they're also making waves. So I expect that this new government coming into the fold will see how ambitious our young people are and just ensure that they lay the foundation for them. But the key foundation to any prosperous country is electricity and security. If you can guarantee the lives of your citizen, where a citizen knows that when he goes out, he's going to come back safely, most definitely you failed. And again, social media is the celebrities and the influencers. They've been divided. You know, Eniola Badmus, Joke Silva has been on the part of the APC, while we have the Peace Squares and Co. You know, Mr. Macaroni and Co. On the side of the Labour Party. So that has been another battlefield because they started. I mean, they began hitting themselves and jabbing themselves. Why are you doing this? Why are you voting for Tinubu? Why are you voting for the Labour Party? So the conversation is still stretching. Of course, 10 days from now, 20 days from now, or a month from now, I'm sure.
Yeah, everything will calm down. The work must be done. Nigeria must continue. I
mean, the work must be done. The youth must move. Government must move, and basically we'll be preparing for the inauguration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the next president.
When is the inauguration?
May 29th.
May 29th. So he has some time.
We have some time.
So Buhari still has some time to be president and make some new changes. Anyway, we'll go for our last break on the Lowdown here on GhanaWeb TV. When we return, we'll have about 15 minutes to wrap up. And so we'll delve and continue our conversation about the future of Nigeria, which is a very big boy on the African continent. We're back after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is still the Lowdown on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Daniel Oduro. We are focusing on Nigeria and the elections held recently. Bola Tinubu is the new president of Nigeria. The opposition is in court attempting to annul and call for a new election. But Nigeria is significant in the sub-region on the continent. Many say if Nigeria gets it right, the whole of the African continent would rally around them. They're about one of the biggest and most populous country on the continent, a big trading partner for a lot of African countries. And for us Ghanaians, it's the place where more Ghanaians live than any part of the world. This is the Lowdown. Chukwuemeka, let me come to you. You love Nigeria, obviously. You've stayed in Ghana for, you say 30 years.
Almost 30, 27 plus now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you expect to happen in Nigeria in the coming days? I know, yes, you have your reservation about the election result, but obviously you don't want to see Nigeria bend.
Sure. Yeah, we want growth in Nigeria. We want success. We want to move forward. But we have to move in the right direction, not in the wrong direction. Let me say this to you. You know, if you have a punch tie,
yeah,
and you put water on it, maybe you have, you can drive with it. It doesn't mean that you have your tire have been fixed.
Yeah.
You must fix the tire before you can drive smooth. Or let me put it well: if you have a punch tire and you think you can drive on it, and you move it, the car will move. But that does not mean that I have fixed the tire. What will happen is that you are destroying the rim as well.
Yeah.
You cannot get success through illegality and it hold. This will be the first election in Nigeria that will be annulled, and we are going to start from that. Because even if it's P2P that ruined this election, I would use this today to condemn him.
Okay.
And the reason why I tell you the APC was able to go through, they didn't rig the election, they stole it. Because rigging is what they normally do, but this time it was stolen because people have voted and they have tallied the results, and all of a sudden it changes. Now, this one is totally breaking of the law, starting from the point that INEC was also breaking their own rules. Now, those alone, this kind of 2 points alone is enough to the election to be annulled. It's not as if that you go to polling unit, you destroy the stronghold of your opposition to win, get your own number down, and just old spell. We're able to cut out that because we know this is the old system. But what was a surprise to everybody was participation of INEC in rigging this election. So how can a referee decided to win a match? What will you do as a player? Just like I said earlier, Tinubu never win election, and APC will never win election in Nigeria in any day. Nobody will vote. They will never get a voting majority in Nigeria because the government have been bad since last 8 years. His Excellency or Senator Ahmed Tinubu, what new did he have? Fiscally is already down. You see, we have a lot of great personalities, but they are no more. Our father, Kwame Nkrumah, he can't be president of Ghana now. He's no more. He's a great guy. Kwame Nkrumah did something that we still enjoy. But he can't be president of Ghana now. It's just almost like Tinubu. Tinubu is almost half out. His age is old. It's not, we shouldn't be sentimental on this matter.
The Americans have a president who's over 70 years though.
Tinubu is not 70 years.
How old
Tinubu
is
is not 80 years. Listen, go and take machine and check his age.
How old is he?
Now, if Tinubu is 70 years, maybe he's very sick. You see, I'm not sure of what I'm saying because I didn't give birth to him. But if Tinubu is actually 70 as he claimed, then he's very sick.
So you think he's doctored his age?
Did I think that? The way he looks, because at least if you look at me, okay, I say, I'm 25. Will you agree with me? Can I tell you that I'm at 25 now, you agree with me? Now let us forget about that Kulabalu.
Yeah.
The point we are making, we are serious in this business. His Excellency Senator Ahmed Tinubu has been a great man.
Are you deliberately refusing to call him president-elect or president?
Oh, listen, I can never support illegality in my life. I have grown past that. I came to Ghana as a young boy who have no future. Ghana environment have provided future for me. And if I support illegality, it will go against my life. What I have to do to pay this country back and my community where I came from is to promote goodness and quality lifestyle. He has not won majority of votes, even the one that was counted and the one that was thrown away. People voted for different persons. INEC announced different results. And that has been where I told you that Nigerians are the bridge of collapsing. If things are not done well at the Supreme Court, Nigeria is going to be no more.
Okay.
Because that country will be evaporated. Nobody will have anything to do with you. No international. In fact, the international community have also pronounced that this INEC did not live up to expectation. They are very low. So, for us to start talking about what will happen, there's no need to happen. The same group of guys who is going round, let me tell you what you should know now. The governor of Kaduna, which is one of the hitman of President Buhari, and the dump because he is IG, all government in power. They always betray you before you leave power and join the other person. He was able to lose and lose very well. Gandola, Kano State Governor, he was also partner of El-Rufai. He lost, and he lost very well. The son lost I think he wanted to go to House of Rep, and the son lost. In fact, the APC lost that state. And the reason I'm telling you, these are the people who you hear their voice talking. Now, there's no APC state that are doing well in Nigeria, as we're talking to you now. And there's no reason they should have won the election. And there's no reason people should vote for them. So we did not vote for them. Most of the results they presented are old results. So what I'm saying, in essence, is that even if Tinubu became the president, he's already old. His mental capacity cannot carry anything. So Nigeria is going to be like an orphan for another 4 years. Because, for instance, my brother, 90 years old man, 80 years old man, he is in the seat. What time will he come to office? Even you come here because sometimes they push you. It's going to be overload, right?
Yes.
He will tell you that he come by 12. By 1, he call tell you tomorrow. And people will come and leave office, and there's no serious business person who will come.
But Otumba said that what he needs to do is to put
Forget
together.
what Otumba have said. He's a marketing manager of APC. You know the marketing managers, they always add figures and reduce figures. Whatever they want is what they write. It doesn't mean they tell you this product, if you eat it, your stomach will go flat. You eat it, the thing is coming up. So for him, he just wants to collect his money and go. Let me tell you the truth. Nobody will like to do business. I will give you example of myself. Now, I used to be a very good marketer. I have the sense of discernment that if you come and you say you need this phone, and the explanation of what they want to do doesn't match this phone, I can know the one I'll give to you.
Yeah.
Even though you may take it reluctantly, but when you go home, you keep on referring people to me. That's how I make my money. Because you look at the customer, understanding about what you want to buy and give it to him. But now, I don't do marketing anymore. The reason is that I have my younger brothers with me. I have my those who work for me. That's a very young person. When the customer came, he's around 30, 35. Even if we ask him, what are you looking for? You want to go to Babatunde, who is younger, to face him. He will say, good evening, sir, or good morning, sir.
You want somebody he can identify with.
He wants somebody he can relate at the same level with. Go to his age. And by then he will be asking Baba, say, what is he saying he's looking for? Baba will not tell you what he says he's looking for. And now he can't say anything because even if he say, you are scaring him away. This is a man who have eat everything. He have eat everything in life. If I say he have eat everything, he have been rich, not just rich. In fact, this government in power is his own personal property. He said that he own it. Because when they're saying that he's coming to do this, as if he didn't have power to do anything. Since 2015, APC won power. Senator Bola Tinubu says he brought APC to power. And nobody have challenged that claim. They didn't give him position. They call him APC leader. That is his position. He doesn't have another position, which means if there's a bad thing happening somewhere, he has the power to come and call the president. Come, why do you do that? And the president will say, oh, sorry, sir. That may happen.
He's a very powerful man then.
That is what he claimed. I wasn't there. Now, the government went so bad, and you're not telling me that you are bringing a renewed hope. You are deceiving us. You are bringing a deceived hope. You can't do anything. When you can even, do you know that as a coach, you can even do well than play? Do you know that? That if you stand watching the players, you can, when there's a halftime, you can tell them what to make them to win the match. But at that age, when you go there, you can't even move anywhere. He could not do that. Now that he's going to sleep in Asorok, that is what is. I'm not expecting anything. The stock market have shown that since yesterday. It's down.
Okay.
Everybody have lost interest in doing business in Nigeria originally. So we have to, that can continue.
Okay.
That will never hold. Thank you.
Otumba, we have about 3 or so minutes to wrap up.
I know it would come to that when it comes to this.
You saw my cameraman giving me a signal, but I mean, your party is one power, there's work to be done. What do you think are the first important things to do to win back the trust of especially the young people of Nigeria?
I think I've mentioned it earlier, and I think Tunde as well has mentioned it. And that's the reason why every one of us, every hands need to be on deck for us to assist.
Does your party appreciate that there are a chunk of the people who really are not expecting anything? They have given up on Nigeria almost. Yeah,
but I think they were expecting so much, and we face a lot of challenges too as a government. You can't take away the COVID-19 of 2 years. But
it's sounding like the Ghanaian government, and then Ukraine, Russia war too.
No. I think those. You see, when you are being born by a rich person, and you are brilliant too, life will be more easier for you. Okay. What we made 2019 wasn't easy, but haven't I said that? I think we can do better. We're supposed to have done better. Okay. And that was the reason why all the three contestants were contesting for. So they wanted to change the system. And that was the reason why Ashwadu asked him. You see, he was not talking about his own candidate. This campaign after election, there shouldn't be a campaign. It should be what you are committed to do. Even his own candidate doesn't even, they don't know that they cannot guarantee that they can set up a good thing. And all what they know, all what they are saying is that the president-elect is old. But they agree that he has achieved so much for himself as in a government and as an individual, and he has people that will work for him. Those are things you need. A team that will do the job. And have you done it before? Do you have the capacity to? You should. When Peter Obi was governor of Anambra, he was able to increase Anambra revenue with just 10%. And we are talking about somebody that has increased it in the same 8 years with 800%. So the difference are huge, and. We will continue to pray for him, for the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we'll be able to support him with the policy. He is a brilliant person, no doubt about that. And I'm sure he will surprise a lot of Africa. And from there, Africans will be looking for a old man to be their president. And that is when we'll be able to know that it's not about age, it's about what you have in your head. I know Tinubu will surprise people. Okay. And the whole Africa will say, no, it will be a shock. What will happen in government of Tinubu, it will be like a shock of what obedience did. That no, many of us never expected them to perform like this. And that's the same thing that will happen with Tinubu. Tinubu is going to do a lot and it's going to change a lot. I don't know the market is looking at. The market was up since over 3-4 days ago and it's improved. But that's what it is that, this is a man that really understands what this coming to do. It's not about you are looking at what people are saying. It's about what you have for yourself, what you can do. And when you are when people knows what they are coming to do, you communicate with that person, and the response is given. That's when you know what. So that is somebody that your minister that you are appointing and is coming to tell you, you'll be able to know where to correct him and what you need to add to what he or she has brought to you. So this is what we need in Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And all these things they have said it is not well, is sick, is this. They have done all that. They have thrown all that stone to him during the campaign. But majority of Nigerians still says no. Among these three people, we are going for this man, and they have done it, and we have had a president-elect. And there is nothing anybody can do. They should learn from what has happened to them during the election, during the campaign, and they should work towards it in 2027 if they will be able to defeat us. So this is what we are trying to do. And so we should all come together as a Nigerian. What happens? The politics has gone. The next thing is governance. Mm-hmm. We should all come together and build a nation we all desire.
So Nigeria will rise again.
We are going. The glory of the nation is coming back.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. It's been an interesting conversation. I'm sure the Ghanaians who will watch would have some great insights as to the learnings that Ghana can learn from the elections in Nigeria. The MPP party is trying to do what your party has done to try and break the 8. I'm sure you have some lessons.
APC didn't break 8.
I hope we are going to get ahead of 16 years.
PDP was 16 years.
Because what Tinubu will do in these next 4 years, we do that.
Of the first time being.
Yeah. So, but all the same.
When you said PDP deal, it was the democracy was it competitive? Then it was not competitive. We are not having two parties. We are having one party system when PDP was powerful. It was different because Ghana democracy was competitive. You have been a PDP member from the one. So it's just like when you could be able to do 16 years when the democracy is competitive. That is when you be able to talk. When you are talking about 16 years.
It's not competitive until last.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. So I've been in the studio with Otumba Lukman Taiwo Bakari. He's the APC West Africa Public Affairs Director. and also been here with Chukwuemeka Nanji, who is the convener for the Labour Party, the Ghana chapter, challenging the result of the elections. Babatunde Adiola is my colleague here at the Africa Web Group. He's in charge of mynigeria.com. It's been an interesting and riveting interview. We are back another time with another interview. You've got to stick and stay and still watch GhanaWeb TV on our YouTube channels and read more about Nigeria on www.ghanaweb.com and mynigeria.com. My name is Daniel Oduro. We're back another time. Bye for now.